talk some real talk right now. I just had like a thought about this. Like, I realize in society, there's like four things of identification on how like this works between people and society. You get what I mean? I told you society's not a bunch of people. It's like a set of rules that we all live by, right? So here's the weird thing about you see that. Here's the weird thing about society. Like I realize that sexually and gender wise, society sees me as a heterosexual man. You know what I'm saying? But then in society you have supporters and you have people that don't support you. Now, the people that don't support you, right? But when I say support, the society that they support you, don't support you, it's really like, ugh. That's when separated into acceptance or non-acceptance. So, like for me, like I say, I was sexually. So sexually, it's like society. For society, I'm really a down low nigga, as I say, or a down low dude, whatever, stealth, all these different terms, right? And I realized that's what that is. Then you have these people in society, right, outside of society, right, when it comes to people that like accept you, and then some people that don't accept you, or support you or don't support you. So we'll go with people that don't support you. People that don't support you first, they'll see like sexually, they'll see me and say that I'm gay. You see what I'm saying? Those people will say I'm gay. That's why I started thinking about sexually to myself, like, am I gay? Am I what? And I was like, no, I'm not gay. And I was like, I mean, if I was talking to somebody out here in my area, my community, around my area, I would not tell them I'm gay. I would tell them that I'm straight. But I'm lying because I know I'm not straight, especially in the conventional sense. So I'm like, nah, you hear me? I'm not straight. And then I was thinking like, so these niggas would think that I'm gay, and that's what people be thinking type shit. It's either or to them. So I'm like, okay, those are people that don't support LGBT. They don't accept it. Those type of people. They don't believe in that shit. They're gonna just be like, oh no, you're gay because it's not gay. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. It doesn't really matter who you are. You done something with a gun or not. They're gonna be like, oh, you're gay. So then you got that, and then on top of that shit, right? Well, on top of that shit, but you got the people that do support you. The people that do support you, they'll think like, well, maybe you're not down low, right? Maybe you're not really secretly gay or down low or whatever, Maybe you're really just bisexual. You find women attractive too, sexually. A bit of indigestion, excuse me, and some fried fish and some wings. But yeah, and then I realized, but then what do you feel about yourself? Like, what are you to yourself? And that's what I realized. That's why there's all these genders and all this other shit, because it's like, to yourself, it's about how you identify yourself, and that's the only way we can. And people don't want to admit that you can't choose your gender. Actually, you can. That's the whole point. Now, the people that really understand you, and that really, no, excuse me, I said the support, like in the middle part. It's not really support. Sorry, it's just acceptance. But the people, well, I don't know how to explain it. I would say support because the last part is more support. The people how you see yourself is how other people will see you if they support you. You get what I'm saying? Like if they, like for example, in that aspect, like I wouldn't be bisexual, right? If they, what I'm saying? I'd be pansexual. Because like I mean, my community now, that's what it is. I'm in Texas, they're gonna, what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you're not gonna be like non-binary. You get what I'm saying? There's no like in between like bisexual and shit. So like, if it's probably pansexual, but if anything, it's gonna be. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna say, "Oh, you're bisexual." That's how you accept it. So that's what I'm saying. And that's how I really start thinking from sexuality. That's really how my sexuality really is. And that's what. Excuse me, I mean these weird faces. But that's really what it is, though. Like, society sees me as heterosexual slash, like, down low guy. You know, if they really knew. And then, like, the people that don't, you know what I'm saying, accept me for who I am. That don't accept LGBT people type shit, wear all that shit, right? They'll say, like, oh, he's just straight gay. You know, he's has sex with a man. That's probably what he prefers. Because the whole gender war, you know, the whole, and then gender roles, and yeah. So, then you have people that do accept you. You know what I'm saying? And they might say, okay, maybe he's just bisexual because, like, he says he's attracted to girls too. He's not down low. He's not just into guys. It's just that it's easier for him to have sex with guys because guys that have sex with guys, you know what I'm saying, tend to, like, have sex with guys more in situations where they're around other guys. Are mostly guys. So if guys can't relate to women, so they can't be friends, and men only like to mostly be friends with men, and women like to be friends with women. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, I mean, that in that pool of men, the guys that like to have like sex with other guys are gonna more likely have sex with guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense? Exactly. Oh shit. Smoke break. I kind of want to smoke another. God, I feel like I finally got my light back. The light was cut off for a while. I don't want to roll up. That's too much. I would like it though. But shit. I could probably do it real quick, but that's a lot of work for me. Yep. I'm pretty much almost done with my vapes. I hate that I'm almost done with them. I don't know what to do. It was a lot of money, but it wasn't a lot of money. It probably cost me like maybe $80 at the most, type shit. But I don't know. Is that a lot of money? I mean, I feel like it is, but like I feel like I've had it for a while now. But if they do go off, I'm not gonna buy another one for a while. I just kind of don't feel like it. Anyways, so yeah, where was I at? But yeah, the same thing happens applies to gender. It's like to the society. I'm like, just, you know, sorry, I skipped that, didn't I? We'll go back to the beginning. Sexuality, I'm like heterosexual side down low. The people that accept me for people that don't accept me for who I am, don't think I'm gay. The people that, you know what I'm saying, do accept me would think that, you know, I'm bisexual. And the people that support me, you know what I'm saying, which supports myself, right? So, what do you think of yourself? That's what matters the most. That's the that's the standard of criteria in that situation of support. And it's like, well, I think I'm pansexual. I'm attracted to all genders and all that shit. So I'm like, okay. And that's not the acceptance of non-binary people necessarily, but in the aspect of non-binary. Like, I'm attracted to a dude who cross-dresses without makeup. He just puts on the clothes. I'm attracted to a woman with a beard. There's women out there with beards. You know what I mean? I'm attracted to that shit. I'm attracted to, you know, just all types of cross-dressers that look completely female, but they have a mustache. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. Like, that's what I'm saying when I say, like, pansexual. Like, non-binary people, you know? Like, there's chicks out there that have got top surgery. You know, there's chicks out there that looks like dudes. If that makes sense, you know? Like, it's like, I'm attracted to non-binary people, you know? Because just, it's like, oh, wow, that's beautiful, you know? And it's like, how do I explain it? It's like cooking. You know, there's different ingredients and shit. You can make this into that and that and this and that and that. And that's how I kind of feel like about that. Because, like, when you look at one person, you know, instead of being like, oh, wow, they look right. Like, muscle mommies, as they say, or basically female bodybuilders. I find them extremely attractive, and it's like you have this male-like physique, this like hardiness, like a beef stew. You know what I'm saying? Like essence to you. You know what I'm saying warm, comforting, sad. You know what I'm saying satiating. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? You know, but then like at the same time they're like really pretty. So you're like, oh, it's like kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that cuteness and that sexiness coming together, and it's just like that's hot. That's cool. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like if you would enjoy them in a way where, like for example, like if you're a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like most people would think like you're heterosexual, you're attracted to a guy, and his muscles and shit. Like okay then, but like that feeling, I like to have that feeling too. A lot of people that are like attracted to guys have that feeling, and so it's like ooh. You know, or even the guys that don't have that same type of feeling. If you're a guy and you're like, okay, that looks kind of hot though, you can appreciate the hotness. Maybe you might express yourself in that way, like, ooh, that's hot. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the same type of thing. You know, when you're looking at that muscles, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to appreciate it. So like, you know what I'm saying? So like normal people, right, heterosexuals or whatever, will make it seem like, oh, like women supposed to be looking like this, and that's what's attractive. But then like, if they have something that's masculine on them, so to speak, right, conventionally speaking, it's like that could be attractive too. And it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's crazy because there's so many attractive people. You just Google this shit. Like, just look, when you start to, that's how you know you were attracted to non-binary people. Is because you're like, okay, like I like dudes that are thick, that work out and are thick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like I like dudes that present more femme. You know, like you know, this is all types of things. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I like to really just be open. Like I like that shit. I love all that shit. Like I just do. Like, and so when I realized that, I was like, oh, because sometimes I can't even watch like transgender people or like cisgender people. I have to watch non-binary people because like they turn me on too. You know, because all different types of people in the world. You know, I was even looking at midgets. You know what I'm saying? I was especially in the world, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I saw a midget one time walking inside the store, and she was thick, she was pretty as hell, and I was like, I got kind of smitten, because I was like, oh, she turned me on, like, you know, I gotta tell her about a midget, this is weird, like, you know, not because it's weird, she's a midget, but just like, I didn't know, like, they, you know what I mean, like, you not aware, like, you like, okay, midgets, then, like, you see a baddie one, and you be like, oh, shit, she bad, like, what is happening? Jesus, eat my pants. What is happening? But that's what I like that feeling. Though he was like, what is happening? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, shit. That's why I'm like, you know. So, yeah, that's my sexuality. But the gender, that's when I realized that same thing. It's the same aspect of that shit, little niggas. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to gender, it's like the society will always see me as a dude, a man, a male, you know, a man. But like people that don't accept me really just call me a drag queen, a cross-dresser, a transvestite, you know. And I seen that shit with the people that, you know, I communicated with back when I was in Austin in general. You know what I'm saying? Or, like I said before, they'll just see me as a feminine gay man. Or really they'll see me as just gay. They'll say, oh, he gay. Are you a gay? You know what I mean? You know, that's how they say that shit. Are you a gay? You know? But people that do accept me, you know what I'm saying, would say that, like, oh, they're just transgender, or they're trans, you know, really they're just transgender. People that do accept me It says you're just transgender. You know what I mean? Or it might even really say, I'm an AGP. You know what I'm saying? You know, something to that, you know what I'm saying? But not in the way to offend, but like just to be like, okay, like, you're just a trans woman. You know what I'm saying? And to myself and people that support me will say, not only am I a trans woman, but I'm a woman. And that's pretty much how that goes. And that's what I really started off with. And then I used that same mentality. I kind of broke that shit down. You know what I'm saying? It broke all that down. That's why people think about it. Like, look how I used to identify, and you'll see that kind of same bracket market when it comes to like even race. When it comes to black people, like black people call themselves melanated now. Like we call ourselves melanated. That's crazy. Like, and I came from like the conscious community, but it's crazy to be like, oh, like we call ourselves melanated now. Where do we get that shit from to be called? And you really think about it, that's like a self-identifier. You get what I'm saying? Like you resonated with being melanated because that's what you are. We're just melanated. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what you think of yourself. You're not black. You're not African American. You're not African. You're not this and that. You know, countries carved out by European invaders. You know, it's like you see yourself as a melanated person. And after the people that support you, think of you. You know what I'm saying? If you think of that of yourself. I'm talking about physically now. You know, when it comes to you know, being black or something like that, you know, you just think of yourself as melanated, like, I'm just melanated. So you know you're black, but it's not like, oh, a pride thing. It's just like, I'm black, this is like what being black is. You know, black women don't understand when it comes to their hair. You know? Here's another good way of like, you see that when it comes to race. Like, even if you're white, it's like, you know, or whatever. You know, it's like, you know your hair texture, you know how your hair is. That's because that's your race. You know? So, it is what it is. You know? This thing's really starting to clog up on me. It's crazy. Also kind of scary. I'm thinking, like, how am I supposed to, like, you know, deal with this now? I had been puffing on it like crazy, though. Because I stopped drinking, and so, like, I just be puffing on this for the most part. I want to live on drinking for, like, a while, you know? And just so I can, like, detox my liver and stuff. Because I'm trying to take these pills again. Because that's what I always do. I'm drinking. And then after I drink, I'm tired of drinking. I then be like, I'm back on the pills, the estrogen pills I bought online, and trying those out. And then I always get like super hungry and fat and indulging, and it's really weird. Anyways, but yes, yeah. So that's kind of how society. So think about it. So like society sees you as just black. You know what I mean? Or I would say like African. I'm not even for any, you know, we're really just black. And then people that accept you definitely see you as black, or maybe African. You know what I mean? People that don't accept you, you know what I'm saying, will see you as a nigger, regardless, you know, in a bad sense. And you can't, of course, what you think of yourself is that you're just melanated. And that's how that shit really goes, like with a lot of things in life. So it helped me kind of see this shit, and that's what I meant. That's what I kind of meant, like, to further more on when it comes to being gay, is when you're actually gay. I saw a whole example of that, but I can't remember. I think it's like based off the show I'm watching, the whole Chucky show. When like these characters are gay on the show. And shout out to horror movies for really doing good for social justice. You know what I'm saying? I think they're kind of linked in between. And I think social justice is not just say you want something from society type thing. Like you want us to like tax the people for you, but like more just like, you know, awareness on like our social issues. It got to do with society, the people. Because it's not about the people, but really like individuals that have the same phenomenon of what's going on in their lives, like domestic violence, or domestic disputes. It's like a real thing, you know. So I was talking about that, like they had a fight with their husband, you know, and he was like, they think that I won't be in a domestic dispute with him because I'm a big ass dude. And like that has nothing to do with anything. Like it's a domestic dispute. You're not supposed to touch anybody. If you touch somebody in an aggressive manner in any way, it's an assault. It's like a press charges. That's why it's like, no, and it's gonna cost you money. The government's gonna be after you. You know what I'm saying? They charge you with that shit, you gotta pay that shit. First of all, you forgot to go to court. But you might not even have to go to court because it's gonna be, you know, depending on who saw the shit and all that shit. You have to go to court. If you don't show up to court, it's a fucking fine. And so, like, if you don't pay the fine, the police will be after you. And if you get stopped, they're gonna arrest you. That's what the whole point is. You know what I'm saying? So you can't assault anybody. You know, that's how they treat shit now. I forgot where they even going with this shit. It's domestic disputes. But that's, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't understand how deep these things go. Man. Oh, man. What day? Yeah. So about this wig, I bought a dress. I stole a dress from Walgreens. I tried it on real quick in the restaurant. It fits. I feel like the only thing I need now is heels, and I would feel like way more like, you know. I feel like it's all I really need is the heels and shit, and I'll be like, yeah, okay. And that's when I realized myself, like, so to myself, it's like, right now, I identify more as a crossdresser. So for me, it's like, it says, it's still the same, like, when it comes to gender, like, it's gonna be like, society sees me as a transvestite, or a drag queen, you know, or crossdresser, right? And then, like, I don't know, like to myself, I just feel like I'm not transgender. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain that shit. But like, really, if I want to get real, like, I came to my terms like I feel more like non-binary, and I feel like I feel like cross-dressing is a breathing room and allows you to like sort that shit out. You know? And I feel like that's cool. I also feel like it's actually harder on people that are actually like more or less gender fluid because it's like they can't change their gender physically within a conventional sense in society. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I find that very sad, you know, because it's like that can really make or break, you know, their livelihood, their whole, you know, success of life. You know, because it's like, think about it, it's like, you can't, like, transition, you're just cross-dresser. It means you have to, like, do things, you know, kind of like Jay Will. Like, Jay Will, I don't know if you know Jay Will is. It's like Candy on YouTube. It's like these mukbangs and whatever. He's a drag queen, but at the same time, like, he had, like, a whole Brazilian, you know, yeah, what's that thing called? Shit. He had BBL and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But he's gay, openly. You know what I'm saying? But he acts like, when he's in, like, dude mode, he's just a dude. And then, you know, he be acting like a dude, like, give you the handsome looking, like, you know what I mean? But then, like, when he's in, like, Candy mode, he, honestly ain't gonna lie, it's fun as hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's crazy, you know, to make you think, like, what the fuck? He got a BBL, like, his ass is fatter, and it's just like that should just make you feel some type of way. Like you don't know how to feel. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, but he's just a dude. He's that's just like trying to be gender fluid. And that's what I'm saying. But like some people that are gender fluid are like that. But some people, there's so many different ways of doing it. But that's what I'm saying. So like sometimes gender fluidness is nice, but I feel like that comes with more. I feel like you can be comfortable in that and set in that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like a lot of people are gender fluid not by like choice. I feel like it's because simply of the fact that it's like they live in a society like I do, where it's not acceptable, and so it's like I feel like the way you go about that, more or less, will be in the way of like consciousness. And that's what I'm saying. So I feel like when I got a chance to do that in Austin a lot, and really feel like this, and a lot of people go the sexual route and try to become like a sissy, you know what I'm saying, crossdresser, being a sissy bimbo, you know, or try to be some type of seductress. It's a sexual route. It's easier to go that route, but it's not everything. Once you kind of get over that, you know, and mature a little bit in it, you become more of a refined form of that. You know, like everybody has a sex life. That identity, you know, has its own sex life. You know, I'm not even going into why, you know, we sexualize. That's too much like trying to defend, you know, try to defend, you know, anagonophilia in the sense of saying that anagonophilia is not true, you know, whatever. But I'm not into that right now. We're just talking about identity and all that. So, you know, I feel like when it comes to that, it's like it's really hard for people that are like, you know, to identify as a cross-dresser. You know, I feel like it's hard. Like that's where it's just like the lines are blurred. It just it means like you do that. You know, more or less you're probably gender fluid at the time. But you know, sometimes some people stay that way. Some people become transsexual. Some people stay transvestites. That's just a technical term. Right now I'm using it like that. You get what I'm saying? Some people like, but I have done it a lot enough. I feel like I've matured over all that, and I just like to be like I thought thinking to myself like the other day, like if I was to be gender fluid, how much gender fluid would I fucking be? Like, would I be in fem mode more, or would I be in mass mode more? And I was like thinking I'd probably be in mass mode more, just on a practical sense because of my lifestyle and who I am and what's going on around me and all that, of course, society. But when it comes to like me and if I'm in a place that people accept me for who I am, I'd be more femme mode. But then I was thinking but if I was truly in a place, right, where people accepted, really like supported me, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't even have to be in no mode. I'd be in my own mode. And I realized because I'm non-binary, it gave me the breathing room to be like, okay, it's like non-binary is the same thing as cross-dressing. In the sense that people think cross-dressing. You know what I'm saying? Because like back in the day, you say you're cross-dressing. That didn't really mean anything, to be honest. You can mean you're metrosexual. But like wearing skinny jeans for guys, you know? But when it comes to transvestism itself, it's like it can take it that far. You know, and transsexualism is right around the corner. And so that's the reason why it's like it's really a situation where it's like non-binary is on that type of mentality where it's like this open book, you know, where you know my mom's like watching me. So weird. I swear. But yeah. It's like an open book though, you know. Like all different types of, you know, situations and whatnot. You know? It's like an open book, you know, of all types of stuff. You know. So So weird, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My mom's so fucking weird. She's like watching me and shit. She's like watching me. That's why I don't like being around my mom's. Like, she's so fucking weird, man. It's like, is that my son over there sitting at the park? It's like, what do you want? Leave me alone. Godly, just something. She's it's too much. Like, ugh. She's like overbearing. She's not just kind of chill out, bro. She just be on some hater shit. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter what she be doing. She been eating a sandwich at Subway, and she'll come in and be like, she's there, she'll be, oh, you're not here working? What's going on? It's like, got my face. You know, crazy. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, back on track for the demon starts attack, right? Anyways, so yeah, it's all about identity and stuff like that. But non-binary gives you the breathing room to say, like, okay, like, you know what you might be. You might be, you know, a combination of different types of transes based off of your transition and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can identify as demigirl, and that just basically means you like to do girly shit. It doesn't not mean anything. You can be a transgender woman. You can be a transsexual woman and be, you get what I'm saying? And be, you know, a demigirl. You know? Like, you're not super girly, you know what I mean? But you're a girl. You got some girly in you. You know? There's so many, you know, there's so many different, like, there's so many different aspects of who you can be. It's like, it just is what it is. We just put a pile of what that people fucking have the majority of. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like in percentages. Like, this much of the population is actually trans women. This much of the population is demigirls. Like, it's just it's into the demographics, but you know, that's why I like non-binary, because it allows you not only to. It's like what non-binary allows you to do is play with the three identities or whatever. I think it's like, you know, your body and your mind. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. That's what I think about what non-binary does. It takes your body and allows. Like, for me, I find non-binary because I feel like I'm, you know, I'm not. That's why I hate when you identify as transgender in general. People think you're a girl. You know what I'm saying? They think something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? Or you have this inherent desire to fucking have boobs or something, or a vagina. And this is true, but at the same time, I feel like that's not the case. You know, it's really awesome. Like, I would love to do that, but at the same time, like, I'm too big in this, so like, I feel like I'm gonna be like a big ass bitch, like a Xenon warrior looking ass chick. You know, the woman king. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's cool, and I'm cool with that shit. It's just that I don't like the fact that it's like society still sees that as weird, and they're the ones that are gonna have the problem. You get what I'm saying? Of dealing with that type of situation. You know, that's the major issue. You know, because it's like, even in conventional society, this person is like a reject, you know? And so that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like with freeform, like locks and shit. Like, you have a freeform society, you know, you take care of them beautifully. It's like, people still look at you like you're dirty and disgusting and weird and crazy and on drugs. And it's really depressing, you know? But I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's, you know, and I feel like it's not like boy mode for me. You know, like if I'm doing something masculine, I've been into problems. This has happened. Like, I've cross-dressed, right? And it was like, I felt like, okay, I'm done like with the sissy girly shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to like do some other shit that I do when I was a guy. I enjoy them kind of like watching like fucking medieval fucking shows where fucking, you know what I'm saying, like fucking killing each other with axes and spears and swords and shit. I'm just like, fight for your women and your children. Like, I love that shit, you know, but it doesn't mean you're a motherfucking, like, you know, a guy because of that shit. You just like doing that. That's why I kind of respect now. Like, there's trying to win that like the top and shit. Like, okay, I get that. You know, I get that completely. And so that's why I realized, like, I was like, okay, like there's no reason for me to sit here and really be on some, like, I don't even know. For me to just be on some, like, what the fuck? You know? Like, always flipping out about every little thing. You know? And so, that's why now I just identify as processor. Because I don't have the breathing, I don't even have the literal breathing room to, like, even explore that, who I am as a person. And that's what I'm saying. When I got out of my mom's house, you know, I was in a private van living in Austin, it was like, and even when I had the hotel for like a few months, you know, it's like, living there, it was like, man, I had a chance to really, like, be myself. Just wear long panties and really looking like a girl, makeup, all that shit, just like being really travestied out in my own house. And I got tired of like the girly shit sometimes. Just kind of wanted like a little boy shit with a punk. Like, who cares? Like, who cares at all? And I realized that I didn't have to be super like girly girl, but I didn't have to be. It's like you earn a new respect for yourself first, and it's I don't know how to describe it. It's so empowering. Maybe that's how gay men really be feeling when they like stand up for being themselves and shit, because they feel like all sassy. Like, he was nasty and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what that is. And you feel that shit. You feel that, like, yes, like, bitch, fuck you. Like that scene from Key and Peele and shit, where she was like, yes, I'm the queen of the world. And he's like, Megan, your jacket, seriously, you know? And you kind of feel like, fuck that shit, like, in general. But anyways, you know, that's why I feel like, you know, when I was in Austin and shit, and now that I can't do that, I realize, like, there's a lot of maturing that I didn't get to do with that. You know, you have to mature in your transition, you know, and it's like, if you don't know how to do that, then you're not really, you know, you don't really go anywhere in life, you know? And they say that shit a lot. You get too much transition seriously, because that's what it comes down to. But, like, life's full of a whole bunch of fucking, like, booby traps and just dig ass, deep ass dives, and it's treacherous out here, you know? So some of you slip and fall. But you get back on that horse, you gotta ride it. It's crazy to think, like, people actually sat here and, like, don't get on horses. Don't, you know what I mean? And then, like, they domesticated horses for travel. Isn't that fucking insane? That should make you feel some type of way. Like, that's fucking crazy. To think, I'm just a high thought. But that's some crazy shit to think. Like, they really just, they domesticated. I just thought about that shit for a second. They domesticated fucking animals for riding. Like, horses are wild animals, bro. And we literally got these motherfuckers on their backs, bro. Riding them like they're fucking cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fucking crazy, though. When you think about that shit, that is crazy, though. And then, like, when we use them hoes to go all across America and all that shit, that's when we ride them hoes like they fucking goddamn motorcycles and be fucking cowboys and a motorcycle gang or some shit. Like, that's fucking crazy. I think about that shit. That's kind of crazy to think about. I don't know. Let me trip that for a second. And then on top of that shit, I don't even know. Yeah, that's what I noticed so much about that shit. So I'm making it now a priority of mine to really get to explore that part of myself. So tomorrow, I'm gonna try to go somewhere where I can like dress up and see what I can do because yeah, got to. And I kind of feel a little afraid when I cut my locks off because now I can put on these like nice wigs and shit and look kind of like normalish, you know, and cute. So, but yeah, it's just crazy right now. I'm just thinking about like wow, like it's crazy, you know. I think it's fucking crazy. Excuse me. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. I had so many thoughts about the type of shit. Oh yeah, and the gay god. I can't remember the name of the god or whatever, but there's this god and shit. Even in Yoruba, African religion. He's like he's basically color. You know how they have like the prism of light and color. Like there's light first, right? We live in a light realm. You know that's what all the brings light to all this fucking, you know, so like things become black and white, you know, there's a realm of black and white, you know, spiritually now. Spirituality now. Where I am like a warlock or a wizard, I'm not a fucking like, I'm not really a magician, so to speak, but more like I'm a wizard. I'm gonna break this down. Warlock wizard, think of that like somebody who like learns, so they like basically read all these spell books and shit, learn how to do spells and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you could start a witch. You know, but witch is more for somebody who that created these spells, who refined it enough to bring those downloads to the people and shit. Or basically can do it like Jesus. Like Jesus is God because he has the mind of God, but he's a human. You know what I'm saying? So he can translate how to be a god to humans. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that. So basically, that's kind of what that shit is. So, you know, I can't even go with this shit. Anyways, so yeah, the gay god and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm a wizard. You know what I'm saying? More or less. That's why I say myself. Or I say a warlock because I use this shit to fight battles. Because spiritually, there's a lot of spells being casted every motherfucking day. Keep on doing spells, so you gotta fucking like do counter spells. I'm like expert Patron. Look at that shit. You know what I'm saying? So expert Patron looking at that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, expecto Patron, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't fucking play. I forgot where I watched that shit. I remember like doing that shit. Because you know we from the hood. And niggas be like, man, what's up, fool? Bring some soul. On his face, shit like, damn, fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine we used to do that shit, like play around and shit. Get a wand and shit, be like, man, fuck you, man. Oh shit. I will fucking bust a cap in your wicked ass with this fucking wand, boy. Don't play with me. Don't fucking play with me. You don't have to expect a Patron your bitch ass, boy. Don't fucking play with me. No, I'm playing, but where was I at? Shit, but yeah, so witches are more from the soul. They know how to fucking do that shit. That's why most of the motherfucking niggas, bitches you meet are low lives or witches. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Think about it like trailer park trash, but they make all the trailer park fucking food. Home cooking. Think of India. Just say it like, you know what I'm saying? Real shit. You know, and then you got, you know, that's pretty much it though. You know, you have and so like think of like John Constantine. Like he's not really magical. He has no power. But if you watch like his origin animated movie, I watched. I can't remember where I watched it, but it's an animated movie or some series. I think it's on CW of his origin. And yeah, he's not. He's just a human. But it's like he's learned so much magic from reading all these books and knowing how to do incantations and shit like that. And so that's basically what the fuck he be doing. He's not actually strong himself. He uses spells. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's in him, though, he's still strong magically. But like, you know, you know, that's basically what I am and shit when it comes to spirituality. So I break shit down. When I tell you some shit, it's gonna be a light code to it. A light code is basically like a memory. And when you think of your memories, your memory gets cloudy. It's like a cloudy world of like heaven and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why people say, when you die, you can be with all your loved ones because they're going back and be in your memories. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going in your memories. But anyways, so like when it comes to that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like light codes and shit like that. The light codes that I explain to you, you'll know them as like a phenomenon or a situation that people go through in life, some shit like that. And so that's how, you know, or even something that's well known, you know. So that's kind of how that shit is over there. So, probably even go with this shit too. Yeah, I completely forgot I was even going with this shit, phenomenon shit. But yeah, so basically, you know what I'm saying, back to the fucking gay god and shit. So it's like, they say it's the gay god, but like, they have the rainbow flag in there. But then I started realizing that shit. I was like, is it the gay flag? But how time works, so it's like, maybe it's not the gay flag. Maybe the gay flag came from this god. You know what I'm saying? They took that shit from this god entity, you know. So it's like light codes, and light codes, right? First, it's white. Most things, of course, light is white. But then it turns into fucking like different colors, which are the colors of the chakras. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the gay flag has all the chakra colors, more or less. I think it's missing like one or some shit. I'm not really sure. You know, but you know, and so that's why you know, they kind of are the same thing, and it's about regeneration, the creativity, energy, it's sexual energy, and so it's what I was saying, sexual energy. And I told you about that libido. Like, if you want to fuck a guy, you're a guy. You can fuck a guy any way you want to. You don't have to fuck a guy. You can just think of something that turns you on, and it'll turn you on. And you'll ejaculate, or you'll get your pussy get wet. You might have an orgasm. Like, you can give yourself orgasms. That's not the point. The problem is the reproductive system is not completely sufficiently charged up, or here are the sufficient organs for that shit. Remember, because organs come out of the body, so it's four-dimensional. It's not like, okay, this fits in this block. You know what I mean? It's like, it has to mold in together, become one, and then fertile. So you can't like, okay, you got eggs and flour, or whatever, pancake mix, some shit, you mix them together, you just have to slop. You have to heat that shit up, so it has to like go through the fourth-dimensional phasing out process of becoming a whole thing, you know what I'm saying, to itself. So whatever that shit is the real shit that you need to make the shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just mix dough and flour and all that shit together and just make just dough. You have to like bake that bitch to turn into, you know what I'm saying, bread. Then you make bread to make a fucking other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense. So that's why it's like people say we can't reproduce. Like, that's why we can't produce and reproduce anymore. Because the being that could reproduce was a hermaphrodite type of being, which is an ultimate being between men and women, and that's why this character like has no gender or no sex. This god, has like, you know what I'm saying. And so the worship of this god is basically saying like you're gay or you're pansexual because you monogamously can understand that if you're gonna have a life partner, it might be anybody, and you don't care. You get what I'm saying? And that's how that shit is. You don't care. You know, when you're bisexual, it means you might be like every girl. You don't want to have sex with everybody just because you want to have a more bigger pool of sexual partners. Because people don't know. People that are bisexual really have to date other bisexuals. People don't understand that shit too. You could date a heterosexual woman if you're a guy. You can date, you know what I'm saying, a heterosexual man if you're a girl. But I promise you, you probably can't if they're not bisexual themselves. You're not going to really enjoy it, you know? Because, like, bisexuals tend to like other bisexuals. Like, a woman tends to be attracted, a woman that's bisexual tends to be attracted to gay sex. A man that's bisexual tends to be attracted to fucking lesbian sex. And I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? They're more like, oh, okay. And they're usually attracted to others. It's almost like a lesbian being attracted to a gay guy, if that makes sense. You know? They like that type of shit. Like, they like to pop their fucking dudes in the ass, and then these girls, you know what I mean? And these guys like to fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? Play fucking, like, you know, a little bit of femdom with a female. You know? Bisexuals like to do that shit. You know? Just to be honest. Bisexuals usually like that type of shit. You know? But a lot of bisexuals, some people are down low, and I think it's become more of a self-identifier when people can't mentally, like, click that shit, like I just said. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, being pansexual is different. That's like gender. You like transgender people and non-binary people. Plus cis people. But, like, when it comes to, like, you know what I'm saying? You like queer people. But when it comes to, like, you know, bisexuality, that's specifically, like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's cis, you can still be queer. Maybe not gender queer. Maybe your gender expression is queer. You know what I mean? But you're still not, like, you know, like you're a femboy guy. You know, you would still be heterosexual with a woman. You know, and she's still be straight. It's just that, you know, her sexuality might be like curious type thing, maybe, you know, or something in between there. I'm not getting too specific. I can't really tell you all that. I don't know. But, you know, but still though, you know, because that's bisexuality, you know. She would be attracted to this person because they're feminine, but she's also a dude, so, like, they are attracted to that shit. They're attracted to men and women, but they don't really like it, like, together. You get what I'm saying? So transsexuals wouldn't be nice, I guess. Maybe non-binary people, more or less. They would be into non-binary people, but not, like, just like I said, like, doing the BBL. You get what I'm saying? Because that's kind of like in that trans category of, like, transsexuality, trying to change your body and shit to, like, you know? But that's pretty much what that is. That's what that is. In all realness. That's what that is. That'd be funny if I got a BBL. They took all the fat out of my fucking shit. That'd be crazy though, because I'm really fat though. So that'd be crazy if they just, like, took all the fat and just, like, put it in my ass and all this shit. That'd be crazy. That'd be so weird too. I'd be like, I don't even know what to think. I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. But I don't think that shit's, like, super easy the way they make it seem, because, like, that shit's crazy. I even checked out liposuction. That shit looks really, like, wow. You know? It's crazy to think like you could just get somebody to fucking suck the fat out of your fucking stomach. And it's crazy to think like if I could do that shit, I would do that shit just to be like, let me see how this shit really is, bro. Because that just seems crazy. They just taking shit and just sucking the fat out. That shit make you feel like, what the fuck? That's crazy though. And I remember learning about that shit when we were kids. Watched TV with our dad. And we were like, when we get over here, we get liposuction. Like, he's like, get all that fat out. It was a big deal about being fat back in the day. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, that's how I feel about the situation. I'm gonna try to, but I think I might just have to go and get a hotel. I just don't feel like going to get a hotel. Like, that's like a lot of money right now. And if I get a cheap one, I don't want to have roaches and bed bugs. I want to just go in the house, chill, spend the night, and then go home the next fucking day, you know? Just so I can fucking like dress up, you know what I'm saying? And kind of just chill. Like dead ass. You know? But it's really just so I can have dress up and have a good little, you know, little cross-dressing stash, you know? Like smoke, get a little drinky drink on, you know what I'm saying? Chat with people on cross-dresser forums, possibly, you know, shit. Maybe some sexual play. Definitely a lot of music. And just like I call it like maybe like a sissy hour, just like a whole good like sissy chest, just sissy the fuck out, you know. Wearing my dress and some heels and my wig and just doing makeup and shit, and just like get woosad, you know what I mean? And that just to do that shit, like feel like more like myself, you know, just on that aspect. But at the same time, I'm not like satisfied, and I feel like I'd be like it'd be kind of lame because I'm like, I don't have any lashes, you know. I haven't done my makeup in a while. I don't have any real brushes or anything. It's gonna be cheap makeup, and you know, and it's like for me, it's like I'm getting older, and you know. It's just not what it used to be. Like I'm not prepared. My mind's not like, oh, I'm making my foundation and I do that. I don't have the kit like that. I don't have the foundation. It's like I'm look really weird. But I don't care. I feel like I just want to do this shit just to do it. But I need like that space. But it's like there's no space to do that shit. That shit's crazy. And I gotta really sit there and be like, oh, let me get out of my mom's house to do this shit. That's why I'm like, I really want to get my own place. I'm looking at rooms for rent, private rooms for rent. That's like the new fucking way people are gonna be able to live. Because this rent is so fucking high. You might as well do that shit. Cause I feel like this is how the money's made. I feel like somebody owns the place and they know the rent's like $1,200, or $1,300, but they'll make both of you. They'll make it like $1,500, and then split that shit in half, and have you both pay like $750. You know, that way they making money. And then you know what I mean? Like that, you could pay $750 for a room. That's not a big fucking deal. And I feel like that's what you gotta do that shit. I just don't know if I'm ready to fucking do that shit. Cause I still feel like doing that shit. But I need to do that shit. Like, I need to do that shit. Cause that's how I can pay $700. But it's like, am I ready to fucking be at my mom's house finally and not have anybody do anything else for me? Cause like, I can't eat my mom's food no more. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just run up a bill. I have to really be on my shit. And it's like, that means I can't risk my jobs anymore. I can't bullshit them. I can't, you know, do nothing wrong. And I gotta really, like, just be about this money. And I'm not afraid to be about this money. I'm just not like, this is a big leap. And I don't really want to fucking take it in a position that I am in. You know, I feel like I don't have a car. It's not the best decision to make right now. You know, and it's like I don't have you know, my job is based off the fact that I live over here. To be honest, if I fucking move somewhere else, then I might not have this job anymore. You know, like just that's just what that is. And so like I'm kind of happy about that. But then like, am I gonna go somewhere that's better? Are they gonna be hiring at this point? You know, it's like, what are you gonna do? And like, the only thing I can say is like, when you're on the north side, I feel like you really just have to like, you like really mind your own business, go inside at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, really have your shit together. Cause like, it's like my car got stolen. My friend's car got stolen on the north side. It's like, it'll steal your car. It's like you really have to like be prepared, bro, to say fuck it. You know? I don't even know. I don't know if there's anything you can do to like stop somebody from stealing your car. You know? Like if you could put a boot on it or something, I really would do that shit. Cause like, I just can't, you know? And what's to stop them from stealing your tires? It's like, I don't know. I'd rather stay on this side of town though. They don't be stealing cars though. Like that's a lot. But they don't steal cars over here. I know that for a fact. But yeah, I don't know. I just, you know, certain parts of town. I just want to like live in a good area and like work my job, get my money. Right now, let's be honest. Not this job I'm working at, but just work's work. But I'm trying to do better shit. I don't even know. It's weird. But yeah, I think I'm gonna move though. I think that's gonna happen now. I don't think I'm gonna move first. I think I'm gonna try to get other jobs, other places now. Now that based off of the places that I know that I wanna like stay. Once I get those jobs, that's when I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna try to see if I can place over there. You know what I'm saying? It might just be easier that way. I'm just trying to keep the longevity and shit. In a good position. I don't really even know. It's just trying to figure all this out. I'm gonna call it. See how this one.